Years. Okay, we have a quorum. Call the meeting to order. Will you kindly join me in we stand in honor of country and state flags? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. And honor the Texas flag. Allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you, everyone. Item number 3, is anyone signed up for public comments? Okay. Item 4, consider and act upon any adjustments. Nothing at all. Okay.
We have a resident that lives on Turtle Rock and they had a failure in their irrigation, one of their irrigation valves. And so he was out of town. His son went over, identified the problem. They had a plumber come out, fix the problem. He has since now signed up for WaterSmart. So in the future, he'll be getting notifications. And so we would recommend approval of an adjustment for his bill. His total bill amount was $2,231.03. The refund that we are recommending is $1,441.91. That includes a one-time surface water fee adjustment for $657. So the customer would pay $789.12.
Could have signed up for waters.
He signed up for WaterSmart. Yep.
But
Yeah, and also, thank goodness the son went over there when he did, but he identified the problem and they had it fixed, so.
does he actually own the home or is it a rental property?
I'm not sure. Find that out. I'm not sure. This shows me the resident's name, so I don't know if it's rental property or he's the account holder.
And it meets your policy. That's the important part.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Well, we've given them before when they've gotten a plumber out there and I recommend that we allow the adjustment.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Consent agenda? Does any director want any items removed from the consent agenda or have any comments on it? Okay, can I get a motion and a second to accept the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Move to review and consider approval of the district's fiscal year 2024-25 draft audit report. And your packet and everything. Anybody have any comments on it? All right, I'll make a motion then that we approve the draft audit. All right, in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Grant exemptions from taxation for 2026 adoption of the resolution.
Yeah, so this goes on all of the January agendas. It's, really first step for y'all in terms of, well, it can be the last step if you're ready to make a decision to keep what you got, which looks like for MUD 1 is $10,000 over 65 in the sales, and then of course the maximum 20% residential homestead exemption. This, of course, will be the exemption that will apply to your tax rate that is levied this fall. So we consider exemptions in the early part of the year, and then those will actually take effect late in the year, September or so, when you actually levy your taxes.
Question, Dale, on the payment of the taxes. The county allows quarterly payments for people over 65 and disabled.
We do that. It's state law.
State
We do
law.
that. Mhm.
Okay,
That's-
do we publicize it at all?
It's on our bill.
It is. That's good. I didn't notice it. Okay. so everybody can, that 65 and disabled can do quarterly. Okay, good. Okay, do I have a motion?
Sure. My, does this seem like an emolument? And but here's the thing, it is, or it seems like it to me, but every time these are offered, they're approved by voters. So I think it's what they want anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if you're concerned about it you talk about from a potential conflict perspective, if directors are voting on something that directly benefits them.
Yeah.
You know, we have plenty of boards where every director's over that. So if you take, literally no, but if, from just a, personal perspective, you believe it's, some sort of a conflict. I mean, really on some boards, you will be in a position where there will be no exemption because everyone would say, okay, well, I'm gonna abstain.
It's an emolument.
Yeah, so, but technically are you conflicted on voting on this? No.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, I move we accept this resolution concerning the exemptions for taxation.
I second. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? My motion carries.
Yes. Yes.
All right, 15, receive the regular monthly report from SJRA. Good morning.
So if you see in the packet, the monthly operating report for December starts on page 35. Nothing out of the ordinary happened for the month. November's report, since we missed no meetings in December, start on page 45, and then the GRP report's in there. I don't have anything additional. If y'all have any questions, I'd be happy to answer or try to answer.
Anybody have any questions?
Like you say, it looks almost somewhat unremarkable like this. I don't have any questions.
All right, can I have a motion to accept the report?
I so move.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
All right, item 16, review and discuss the SJRA GRP Global Amendment Contract.
All right, put this on the agenda for everybody this month. I think we first learned about this probably in September when Aubrey came and talked about what was coming and the settlement with Conroe. So one of the pieces of that was for all of the GRP members to review, contemplate, comment on what they call the global amendment. So I've provided a copy in your packet. I'd like for everyone to take a look at it. Give me some comments. Comments need to be due back by the end of February. And we'll send those over to GRP or SJRA, and then what I understand is they'll make any adjustments as needed. And then this will go for a vote with all the GRP members later this year. And my understanding is they need 85% a yay to accept it. So read through it, and we likely might have not an all muds, but maybe have a small group, perhaps just go through it. There's a handful of directors that are interested in, digging into it a little bit more. So we may do something like that here in the next few weeks.
Probably be a good idea after all that discussion and at the Board of Trustees meeting. So if you guys want to get involved in that or anything, just give your comments to.
Should be a note.
Yeah, it's a meeting, you can.
Perfect.
Go ahead.
If he makes a group, I'd let it go.
No more than two.
Yeah.
That's all I had. No decision, anything to be made today. Just
Okay.
wanted to bring it to everybody's attention.
It's very lengthy, and you can go online also and you can read what's going on there. All right, item 17, consider an act on a pay application.
Yes, estimate number 4 was submitted by the contractor for the sanitary sewer rehabilitation project phase 2. The estimate number 4 is in the amount of $110,960, of which you did have some work done in Mud 1 to the tune of $19,760. So I need approval to motion to approve, your amount, your share.
Okay. Does he have any more work to do in Mud One?
I believe so.
He does. Okay. And how long is this gonna keep going? Is it gonna,
I think I'd have to, don't know offhand what the, yeah, they're getting close. I don't recall what the official, completion date is, but they'll probably run a little bit past that.
any questions on that, anybody?
No.
I'll make a motion that we, pay the, application number 4. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Number 18, receive the official attorney report.
Well, today is primarily election related, so I know we have a separate item on there to call the election.
You want to cover both those at the same time?
Yeah, we'll be going to
Yeah.
cover those. So just preliminary discussion on election call it. So the candidate filing period did begin last week. We do have, let's see, it looks like Walton and the vacancy for the positions that are up. That's available for all the directors and any other folks who want to run. Shelley's got it. I believe it's also, the documents are also on the website for folks who want to download it directly. Make sure to get those completed and returned, as soon as you can. The deadline for the candidate filing period is Friday, February 13th. So, once that deadline passes, which will be around the time of the next round of, it'll be right before our next round of board meetings. So, we'll be able to see by the next round of board meetings, which districts will have contested and if any don't. As in the last several cycles, we will be holding the election jointly with Montgomery County nowadays. With all the additional election law requirements, it's a lot more efficient to have the county be responsible for voting machines, election workers, polling locations, all that stuff. So we'll be going with the county again. I'm happy to answer any general questions that y'all may have at this point.
How do we, notify the general public about that? Do we put something in the paper about it or just do it online with how does somebody know that there's openings or that there's, opportunity to
I
file?
don't recall what we did the last cycle, Eric, on the election, notifying folks about mud elections, discretionary outreach, basically not legal required outreach, but, discretionary outreach.
Social media, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, just pointing out that there was one coming. I mean, we have to be real careful not to.
Yeah, not to electioneer, not to advocate, but just say, go, there is
Our
a election.
standards, we had our email, social media, and we really just pushed it to the county website.
That's true. That we were pretty sweet on that.
So we're not like we're hiding anything, anybody, they can find it pretty easily.
Yeah, that will probably, my guess is that will probably ramp up as we get closer to the beginning of early voting, which isn't until late April. So there's still some time. Right now, this is just the filing period for candidates, but my guess is y'all probably roll that out sometime in late March, early.
There's something in a bill close to the election that listed the candidates or something.
There was, we
Yeah.
did that for it was just one mud that wanted that in there.
I think it was us. I remember.
Was it one? I have to go back and check that.
Yeah.
That was not across the board.
Okay. That was something we elected to do.
Yeah, I need to go back and check my notes, but,
I think I remember my name
we
being
did
on
do
it.
that for one.
Yeah.
If you're remembering, it was probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe not.
What I just remember now, what came up was, kind of an argument of what order to put them in, and because if you have to, we had to identify what the either alphabetical or what the county chose as the order of how they were going to get on the ballots. And
Yeah, my suggestion is if you put any names on there, it should be in the order that they appear on the ballot.
absolutely right. As soon as that gets identified.
The order that they appear on the ballot. So if you come in and cast lots to determine the order of the names on the ballot, that whatever that result is that if there's any information put out on who the candidates are, as opposed to just generally, there's a mud election, here's the early voting dates, here's the regular voting dates, we want more information, go to the county. But if you want to do more than that and actually list who the candidates are, I think to be as impartial as possible, the only way you can do that is to say, well, this is the list as it appears in the ballot.
Right. And that's instead, Dave, if there is an election,
Mhm.
we could like come in and draw names and,
Yeah,
or something.
That's done up here
Okay.
after the candidate filing period.
You're gonna put anything in your weekly blast or anything on that there's election coming up?
Yes, yeah, that's what we did last year.
Okay.
Again, generic and send them to the county site for more information.
All right, anything else, sir?
Not under the general attorney's report, but under item 19, we do need a motion to adopt the order calling the election
This is community.
to be held jointly with Montgomery County.
So I got a ticket, so.
To call the election that will be held jointly with Montgomery County,
Oh,
the director election.
Page 97.
Do they do it in English and Spanish, or
They do.
do they do any other languages?
Not in Montgomery County, in Harris County, based on the minority population metrics, they also have to be translated into Vietnamese and Chinese, but Montgomery County at this point is just English and Spanish.
Okay, so then we're following what Montgomery County does for English and
That's why
Spanish.
we have to have a separate agenda for the order calling that is translated in English and Spanish, and then the order calling would be translated in English and Spanish as well.
Any questions? Well, I make a motion that we accept item 18 and item 19 as presented.
So moved.
I
All in
second.
favor, say aye. All right, thank you very much. Item 20, general manager's report.
all right, you should have started to see some ditch work going on. There's some ditch piping that has started, and then last week's, we started some heavier brush back clearing on some of the ditches, so that's starting in mud 7, but we'll work our way around to some of the other muds too, so a lot of work going on there. We've started, if we're gonna be in an area, we've sent out notification to the residents that are in that immediate area, so that they understand, or at least when they hear someone in their back, behind their yard, they know what it is. And then we also have some little flyers that we've created, if someone walks up and wants to know what's going on. So trying to communicate with the public as much as we can as we work through some of that work. But we are moving. Did want to remind everybody, AWBD midwinter conference is this weekend. Starts Friday night, goes into Saturday, all day Saturday. So that's actually here in Houston. So a few of us will be going to that. Did get
Bad weather Saturday.
yeah, I'm learning that quickly. Let's see, I did vote on the bylaws, as we mentioned back on the November meeting. So that's done on your behalf for the AWBD bylaws. Got a couple more items I was going to cover in the trustees report. So for general manager, I think that's it, except for John's communications.
One question before John goes. I noticed you hired a social media expert.
We did. We
Okay. It's not gonna replace John, is it?
No, she's actually been on, but John was gonna, I think, talk about her a little.
Yeah.
The update in her season report.
Stephanie Williams, so she's been with us since the beginning of the summer at part-time. Now we just brought her on full-time. So she'll be doing even more with social media as well as being involved with all things communications as well. So it really gives us a lot more resources to get some more good things done. So I'm excited. Yep, day one this morning for her, so at full-time. You have your communications report on page 112. Pretty straightforward there. The main thing I wanted to zero in on this morning was your upcoming annual update, if you so choose to do that again. You've done that the last couple years. Last year, you did a mail and an email, and we pushed out through social media as well. You spent about $540 to mail that out. I'm not, it probably has risen a little bit this year. That'll be the cost again, if you want to go forward with the same format, which was that one pager you have in front of you. I gave you last year's copy there.
Before you leave that, I don't know if I'd like to hold off on that until after the election. Because you list the mud directors on there and everything, and that could change. You know, it doesn't make a lot of sense to send that out now and then, there's different players here.
Yeah, it would send with the February bill. So basically March 1 is when that would go out.
Yeah, the intention,
I get it.
the
Yeah.
intention of that is for you have the opportunity to tell your community, your customers and voters what you've done this last year. That's the whole reason for it. So
So that other person,
doesn't really,
routine.
Okay.
Upside too is that gets them thinking about mud boards and hopefully more engaged in the upcoming election.
All right.
But isn't that your direction?
It's just a suggestion. I mean, you're right, it does tell what we've accomplished over the years, so.
So yeah, this would send out with the February bill. So what's worked well in the past is for me to have a main point of contact, and then you and I worked on it. Soliciting everybody's input, of course, but just having, one director to work with to get all those red lines accomplished, and then have that approved at the February meeting so that we can print and send out 2 weeks later with the February bill. Any volunteers?
Yeah.
All
Happy
right.
to help with that, yeah.
Thank you. The only thing I want to note was, I'll track you down.
Yeah.
We do have some weather coming this weekend. Looks like we've got about 3 nights right now forecasted for low 20s. And Sunday may not even get above freezing. So you'll see lots of communication going out from us on freeze protection and winterizing home and landscape. So
All the way around this.
watch for that.
Social media question.
Yes.
I don't want to create more work, but have we considered having a presence on LinkedIn?
We do.
Okay, I wasn't finding it. I'll look harder.
Yeah, so we've been posting consistently on LinkedIn for the last 6 months heavily.
Okay.
And going back as far as your,
I wanted to share some of that. Okay, I'll go, I'll dig deeper.
yeah,
Yeah.
when we talk, let me help you make sure
Yeah.
you're finding that.
Okay, thanks.
Are you gonna send an email blast out about the freeze coming up?
Yes. And other things.
Yeah.
Hey,
Worst part about it is my wife tells me I gotta take those damn plants and put them in a garage. You know? Die.
If you have any old Christmas lights, non-LEDs, the ones that actually give off a little bit of warmth, you can just put a string of those around your potted plants, cover them. That should take care of it.
A lot of plants we have.
If you don't want to move
I need
it, if
have-
you want to save your lower back.
Need to have the Rockefeller Center tree lights to put on, yeah, so.
Good luck.
Anything else, John? Thank you very much. Anything else, Eric? Okay, moving on to item 21, authorize staff to perform water loss audit.
Yes, we do that every year for you. So I believe it's due in May. May 1? March 1. So we need to get that drafted and just need authorization to get moving on. It's required.
Do we need to take a motion on that?
I do for that.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, to direct your staff to complete it.
You know, I wasn't sure if you.
Completed.
All right. I make a motion that we allow the audit to proceed.
second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Woodlands Water Trustee Report, it's in your packet. I think Eric covered what the majority of the conversations were during the meeting and lasted a long time, so.
Yeah, 2 highlights that I was going to point out. One was trustees gave me direction on how to vote on the GRP meeting, which is actually today at noon. And so we'll be faced with 2 options. One would be to approve a reduction in the GRP rate of 13 cents. And no money's going towards the R&R fund, or an 11-cent reduction, 500,000 going to the R&R fund. So the second option is what the trustees directed me to vote on later today. So I don't know that the rest of the GRP members will vote that way or not, but we'll find out. That's how it'll go. And then the trustees approved the modifications to the cash reserve resolution, which are in your packet.
Okay.
Is there, okay, quick question. Is there any action or anything we need to do with the document that Shelley shared about subsidence?
No, no action to be had. That was a report that was presented out or to the public by Harris Galvin Subsidence District about 2 months ago. And so we wanted to get that in everybody's packet just to kind of see what their work had been done. I mean, had the work that they did, and pretty telling on what's going on in the region as far as subsidence goes.
Okay,
Just wanted everybody to see it.
okay.
Okay, thank you. 23, any need to recess?
Not today.
Okay, 24 reconvene. 25, discuss matters for future agenda items. Yeah, I have one. About 4 years ago or 3 years ago, we had a discussion about the consolidation of MUDs, and we looked at consolidating with MUD 6 as basically the right thing to do from a financial standpoint, both for both MUDs, the residents, and a reduction of costs to the Woolens Water Agency. And I'd like to propose that we put that on the agenda to reopen the conversation.
Is that a motion? I'll second.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think it's just a request for now.
As a request to put it on there.
Mud 6, that's mostly Grogan's Mill.
Broken's Mill.
yeah.
Which one then ties into Broken's Point, so we'd be
Mhm.
through there. We have about the same tax rate. We have zero bonds. And
It's
just makes a lot of sense to do something like that.
Yeah.
So I'd like to have it put on the agenda that we open up discussion with that, and we can discuss it before that among us, as long as we don't have more than 3 people, correct? So,
Outside of the meeting, yes.
outside the meeting. Okay.
Okay.
Anybody have anything else you want to put on?
No, but I like that.
Okay. This might be a record to beat Jeff Long's, but do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right, all
second
in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you very much.